kind of late afternoon, and I thought I'd come out here on the river and do a little magnet fishing. I got a spot not too far from where I live that used to be an old boat dock back in like the 50s and 60s. There used to be a whole bunch of boats there. In fact, there was actually even a little store there, a little general store right along the edge of the river. And there's nothing there now. So just got to thinking, I wonder what people might have dropped in the river off of their boats right there. So I'm going to bring a magnet and drop it down. It's pretty deep right here because we're actually above a dam. And I've never dove here or anything. Normally the water's pretty clear, but it's not today. And I got a really super duper magnet. You're gonna love it. I'll show it to you when we get there. We're not quite there yet. Let's go ahead and scoot on up the river. Should we grab it? I could be the river janitor today. If it's still there when we come back, I'll pick it up. That looks like it might be useful to the cause. What do you think? A little nylon rope? I always use rope if we can get over there close enough to it. Well, looks like we're gonna have to get out of the boat. Can't quite reach it. I'll turn the camera off for a minute. I guess I am the river janitor. This is the area right here where there used to be lots of boats, and that little structure behind me is where I have heard people could bring their boats in there and get them worked on. There was like a little store, and they had gas and stuff up there. But supposedly there were lots of boats down here, and this is a place where people had summer homes. They don't have them here anymore. You're not allowed to moor here any longer. Well, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little magnet fishing right along this edge and just see what we can find. What do you think? Oh, you have to show you my magnet. You're going to love this thing. Okay, so let me show you my new setup. Let me tell you what we have is, I was looking for magnets the other day, and I was on Amazon, and I saw some very reasonably priced magnets. And I'm like, wow, that's like really low price compared to what I'm used to seeing. And so I contacted the seller, and I chit-chatted with him, and he said, yeah, they're real magnets. This isn't like a rip-off or anything. So he offered to send me a couple to test out. So I said, yeah, sure, go ahead and send me a couple. And sure enough, they're the normal magnets, same kind I always buy, except there's a really good price. And I'm going to put his link in the video description. I told him I'd do that if he sent me a couple just to test. So let me show you what I did, though. Well, let me just show you. These are the magnets that he sells. Now what he did is he sent me a couple, and I stacked them. I took 2 of them and just put them together like that, so I have double the strength. Now it might not be exactly double, but it's pretty close, I think. But just one single magnet like this would be plenty. 2 magnets is probably going to be too much. And keep in mind, these things are very, very dangerous, okay? If you get your finger between that magnet and your car, or your toolbox, or a hammer, or anything metal, it'll smash it, and you'll have blood everywhere. And if you're a parent and you're getting magnets for your kids, be very, very careful. Make sure they understand the dangers, because they will find out and learn a lifelong lesson if you don't warn them stringently about these magnets. Back to the magnets. Okay, so I doubled them, so it should give us almost twice the strength. Now, the only problem with this guy that's selling them on Amazon is that he only sells them in the just as the disc like that with a hole in it, okay? And it does have a countersunk hole. Let me set this down. Hold on. Now, the only problem with these particular magnets is that when you put that hook on there with the nut will stick out the bottom because the countersunk hole is not quite deep enough. I did grind this down a little bit, and that's a dangerous operation unto itself. I think if you didn't have the ability to grind it down, it probably wouldn't matter too much. He did tell me he was working on getting a supply of these magnets with the hook already attached, so hopefully in the future that won't be a problem. But again, with that countersunk hole, if you're just going to put it on a stick or something, that's no problem. You just put the screw right through there. All right, we have drifted downriver, so we're going to go back up and start dropping the magnets, see what's here. You see there's a swimming hole up there. I can hear a bunch of kids screaming and see the rope swinging. We'll go and check that out a little bit later. And one other thing, this rope that I have is actually a rope that I bought off of Amazon.com that is good for, they use it for water skiing. It's a water skiing rope. It should be really strong, and it's nice and flexible, and it's about 100 feet long. So we won't have any problem with depth here. I think it's probably only about 20 feet here. And of course I have my Powerade Zero lid that goes over the top. That really helps out a lot too. Keeps it from getting branches caught. right in here. So let's toss it over, see what we can find. We're just going to kind of drift with it. We'll let it out slowly. I don't know how deep it's going to be close to shore. Probably not too bad. We're going to find out, aren't we? All right, let's set this out. Woo. Well, it's not too deep. Probably about 8 feet right here, maybe. And we're just going to go ahead and float down. I'm just going to bob it just a little bit. We can touch the bottom, so we should be able to feel metal. Oh, it's getting deeper. It's very muddy. I can feel that it's muddy right here. If you look in the wall over there, you can actually see where there's lots of hooks and stuff. There's a big chain right there hanging down. That's where people used to hook their boats up in here. So far, it's like, ooh, I don't know. Might have something. I don't think so. Not big anyway. Might not be as exciting as I was hoping it's gonna. Oh, we got something. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Definitely hooked something there. Okay, let's see if we can pull it up. See, it's bubbling. I think it pulled off. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing so far. We definitely hooked on some metal, but it pulled off. You feel some rocks close to the shore here. You can see we're almost against the bank right now. Yeah, this isn't very exciting, is it? And we have to go out a little bit further. I was hoping there might be some, things people dropped off their boats, or maybe pitched a murder weapon in here. Who knows? A couple artillery shells from one of the Great Wars. All right, we have to push ourselves off of the rocks here for a minute. I'll be right back. All right, we're at a good ways now. It should be deeper. It's a good throwing range from the shore for a murder weapon. Yeah, it's probably about 15 feet here, I think. It's muddy though. I'm surprised. I thought it would be very rocky here. Kind of a mud bottom. Nothing so far. People. It is! A magnet fishing! Magnet fishing! I just have a big magnet looking for junk people throw in. Maybe. Treasure! Thanks, you too! Bunch of women's. Lots of people ride bikes on it, as you can tell. And I'm getting absolutely nothing. This might be a very short expedition. I have another place we can go though. It's about 3 miles upriver. There's an old bridge that they decommissioned about 20-30 years ago, but I think it was there for about 100 years. And I don't know how deep it is there though, but we'll go look at it. Yeah, there's no metal out here. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off. I might have something. Maybe. It's definitely heavier than it was. Let's pull it in. What did we catch? We caught something. We have 2 pieces of metal. Yeah, nothing great, is there? Coat hanger. Iron plate of some sort. Probably like a big washer thingy. It looks almost like a hacksaw blade, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah, let's try it a little bit longer. We'll float down to. We'll float down a little further. We'll pitch it over. Let's pitch it over again. Away she goes. Whoops. Got my little Gatorade top on there. Don't want to get hung up. Chase it down there, little buddy. It's too late for that, isn't it? Some more chains there where people used to tie up their boats. I thought there'd be a lot of junk here. You know, fishing rods and tackle boxes and stuff people would have dropped off. Oh, we caught something. Yeah, it's a pull loose. That nut on the middle there that's not quite flush might not be very good. Maybe that's causing it to pull off. Try some more here. Not much here. Well, there's something. Yeah, That might have just been a rock. What I'm doing is just kind of letting it pull along the bottom. I'm trying to keep it so it's just barely on the bottom, so I don't have a lot of loose rope, and I can feel it hitting rocks going across. And if it hits metal, it kind of tugs on it a little bit different. It's different than hitting a rock for sure. Of course, the rope just naturally gets heavier if you can move it, but there's just not a lot of metal there. That might have been a rock there. Oh, you know what we should do? No, we're not going to do this. Man, this is no fun. Well, it's fun for me, but probably not for you guys watching the video. But you never know until you check out places like this. I have something. No, it's a rock, big rock. Climbed up over top of it. Oi, oh, they're stuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull this up and make sure my little cup is on the end, and we'll try it again. One more shot here, then we'll go up and see if that bridge is still there. Well, we caught something. What is it? Is it a gun? Not a gun. That is some type of big bolt with a washer on the end of it. Yeah, at least it's something. That's pretty heavy. I mean, at least it did lift that up without too much trouble. Now, the nut didn't matter. Well, it's really not that heavy, actually. But the nut didn't make it fall off. All right, let's try a little bit more. Wait, we're really close to the bank, so it's not very deep. It's only about 5 feet here. This is probably where the stuff would be, I would think. It's pretty close. Definitely a lot of rocks here. Yeah, we got something. Nothing. I'm even out of ways now, and I'm still going along and not getting anything. So I think it's time to scoot on up the river. Now let's go check out that old bridge that I know about. Yeah, this is no fun. Let's go. Alright, let's get out of here. I am not the river janitor. An old fox squirrel looking at us. No interest whatsoever. Hey, I'm going to get out and check the propeller on the boat, make sure there's no weeds in there. It seems like it's a little bit sluggish all of a sudden, so I might have sucked up some leaves. Just passed a neat little muskrat with a bunch of food in its mouth. Let's go back and see if we can see him again. I don't want to torture him or anything, but I just thought if he was on the bank, we'd look at him. Yeah, he probably took off. That's fine. He was sitting right in here. Just passed a big carp with a giant snapping turtle feeding on it back there. Let's turn around and see if we can see it. I'll probably scare him away. So I went blasting like 3 feet away from him, but let's go look. You see, that's where the carp is right there. Oh, snapping turtle's there. Yeah, I can see it moving like a shark's got it. We'll get a little closer and cut the motor. Yeah, we'll float up on him. Isn't that pretty? Here you can see there's a house up there, and that life preserver right there is on a log. This is where the snapping turtle was. I'm sure he's still there because I just saw that carp roll over. Hopefully we won't hit the carp. Yeah, I don't see him right now. He must have taken a bite and scooted. Yeah, I don't see him. That's a big carp though, isn't it? Wow. It's a big turtle too. Too bad he's gone. Oh well. It's so exciting. It's so exciting out here, isn't it? Dead carp. Well, I guess I really might be the river janitor, because that looks like it might be interesting and useful someday, right? Jeez. I'm get to it. Wait, come here, you. Oh yeah, buddy. I'm telling you what we can use that thing for, huh? This is the remains of the old bridge I was telling you about, and it looks like it's probably pretty old. I'd say it dates into the 1800s. That's a campground right over there. It looks like a very silty bottom, because again, it's a little bit deep here, and we're actually still above the dam, so there might be something in here if there's not too much mud on top of it. I wonder what that thing is. I guess it's a flashlight, I don't know. Alright, let's go over here and pitch the magnet in and see what we can find. Well, there's definitely current here from this creek, so it's not very deep. It's only about, I don't know, it's about 5 or 6 feet. A lot of logs too. I'm gonna get snagged on one of those. Oh, that's a lot deeper behind the log. Whenever you're behind a log, it usually gets real deep because the current washes all the silt out. Just kind of bumping it along here, see what we can feel. Not really getting much. The old bridge, though, I remember when I was a kid, you could still cross it, but I guess they didn't want to maintain it. We're going to go up the creek there a little bit too, see what's up there. I haven't floated through there in about 20 years. Alright, what I'm going to do is turn the camera off, and if I catch something, I'll turn it back on. Well, we struck out again. Nothing at all right there. So that's 3 strikes. Are we out? I got one more place we can check if we can get to it. It's a little bit further upriver. Could be some Civil War activity there. Well, we'll check down here in a point too. There's supposed to be an old ferry here back in the 1800s, 1700s. We'll throw the magnet off the point in the deep water for a few minutes, and then we'll head on upriver. I'm at the point right now, and the water's just too shallow. It's probably just all silt from being filled in by the dam. So we're going to go on upriver. Well, unfortunately, my battery light is flashing because I didn't come prepared. And I just stepped on the shore and found a little flake of chert. Along the bank here, there could be some arrowheads and stuff. I'm going to look around. I'll turn off the camera, and if I see something, I'll turn it on real quick. If it doesn't work, it was a fun trip, although we have found only this so far. Well, there's definitely a lot more pieces here. This is a piece I just found. That actually might be part of a worked point. The boat just went by there. But yeah, it looks like that might be where it was hafted right there. I'm going to save that piece. There's another little one there. We'll look around. It's flashing, the old battery thing is, but we might find one good thing before it's over. I have to make sure my boat doesn't float away too. Had that happen a few times, haven't we? Well, we'll just have to be content with this possibly notched piece. And if you want to, we'll come back though. We'll look for some more. Because there was a mile or two of this shoreline that looks just like this, and there could be a lot more stuff here. I think that would be fun. We'll do that another day. Well, we found something. Looky right there. I'll try to make this quick to conserve battery power, but do you know what that is? That is a Burnside carbine bullet from the Civil War. Isn't that cool? There could be more here. That's definitely dropped, has not been fired. See how it's corroded right here? That's from the, this kind of has a zinc composition. This probably was in the cartridge, and the gunpowder made it do that. We'll look around here a little bit longer. You won't be with me long though, sorry about that. This is somebody's old dock area right here. We'll look at this close too, but I wanted to show you this bug. I think I just showed you one of these in a video not too long ago. Nothing hideous. That's just his exoskeleton though, he's split. He's flying around somewhere. I think this might be a nice little point right here. What do you think? Look. I walked right by this about an hour ago when I was heading upriver. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Nicest one this year so far. There are a lot of chips in here. I should have paid more attention.